Ready or not, here we come.
It's coming, guy. We're up.
We're live?
This is it? Yeah, we're talking to people.
Oh, no.
Hello, you happy people.
Happy people? Happy.
Would you like to pet my minky?
I don't know what that is, but no, I would.
Oh, come on. You're not a fan of Inspector Clouseau?
No.
The Pink Panther?
Only the original.
That's what I'm quoting from. This is the original Pink Panther with Peter Sellers.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
It's Mike Meyers.
And Scott Jernigan.
Ding dong, here to do the... Oh, is it Monday? Tell me it's Monday.
No, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. I'm in that part of my life where the calendar goes flip, 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 flip.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
Really? Just like that?
Well, if we're doing Flying Monkeys, we might as well do the theme song from... not Alice in Wonderland. Oh, my gosh.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, gee, my knees.
Wow. Have some more coffee, Mike.
Wait today.
Hey.
I have something so wildly inappropriate to say. I won't say it, though.
Okay, good.
So welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies on Comptia certifications, starting with...
IT Fundamentals Plus.
I just keep saying INET Plus.
It's not. It never will be.
Do you remember INET Plus?
You asked me that on Monday, and I said no, because it's so,
I don't remember.
it's so old.
This is the nice part about your brain going, is that like all the jokes are just funny again over and over. I've watched The Exorcist 33 times, and it just keeps getting funnier. Go ahead, Scott.
I'm leaving now.
No, it's all on you.
So we will be here from 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time, or until the questions run out. So ask your questions. Keep it PG-ish, and no religion and politics, but anything else goes. So ask us anything. Ask Mike anything. He might even answer you, and I'll just laugh.
Yes, but I'll probably answer in Klingon. I actually know some Klingon.
Really?
I do. You ready?
I'm ready, Mike. Play it out.
Da Chak.
And what does Da Chak
It's
mean?
Da Chak. Come on.
Da Chak.
It means switch to tactical view. It really does. Watch the original the original Star Trek movie, the one where V'ger comes back.
Uh-huh. Oh, the first movie?
Yeah, the first Star Trek movie.
Yeah, that was bad.
And it's Christopher Lloyd is in the first scene. Christopher Lloyd, Doc from...
I know who Christopher Lloyd is.
I cannot think of a movie today.
Well, good. Then I won't.
Back to the Future. Whew. So Christopher Lloyd is playing a Klingon.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
That does sound pretty funny.
It is, Christopher treat. I can't do a Walken imitation.
Oh, wow. It's going to be that kind of day.
What a conundrum. Oh, good. Just keep the dead air going.
Yeah, no, okay, all right. Dead air is great. Dead air is great. Let's check in with the gang to see who is here. Oh, turn your chat. You have an option. It defaults to top chat. Flip the little down arrow and turn it to live chat, because top chat means YouTube is going to filter some of the some of the content.
Have some more coffee, Scott.
It's going to filter some of the content, so live chat is preferable. Also, as we go through and Mike asks questions, answers questions, when we read the questions, there we go, we'll mention the timestamp. You can click the little 3 vertical dots, the vertical ellipses, and turn on timestamp. That way you can see where Mike is in the chat. We're always lagging behind the latest post. So there you go.
Also, if you're feeling like a little shy, you don't want to post into the live chat, just go ahead and send an email to me directly. You can send it to michaelm@totalsem.com. So if you have a complicated question or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and just ask me there. If you're a gamer, I'm Senor Pepe, and generally I'm Des Weds at just about everything as well. But my primary email, and the one I'm looking for more than anything else, is going to be michaelm@totalsem.com. So you've got that option for you. So I understand, Scott, that World of Warcraft has raised its head within the Mike Meyers live stream AMA Discord Greater Prosperity Sphere.
Yes.
I invented those.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't invent the sphere, but I made it better.
Okay.
I had to round it off a little bit. Most people are perfectly happy with a dodecahedron, not me.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all
okay.
I'm
All
saying.
right. Yes. Oh, so Mike had the Call to Arms. The Burning Crusade is coming out. Classic is coming out at the 1st of June. And Mike thought it would be a fun idea if those of us who actually are gamers would get together and form a guild in World of Warcraft Classic. And we've started. So we are on Bloodsail Buccaneers is the name of the Classic server. Bloodsail Buccaneers.
Bloodsail Buccaneers.
And we are Alliance, although you can certainly spin up Horde characters and come PvP us if you want. And Tullowit and I started working on the guild last night, and it's called Merry Band.
Merry Band?
Uh-huh. Oh. As in like better than bass band, better than broadband. It's the Merry Band.
Like no one's going to get that but you and Tullowit. Because you've told me and I still don't really get it. But it's okay. It's fine, it's fine. Anyway, so I'll be joining the guild today.
Okay.
All right, and we do invite you, if you're a World of Warcraft player, even if you're not and you're looking for a new game, World of Warcraft is a well-established game. It's been around now for 17 years.
Oh, a while.
Yeah. And it is a fun group, and we do invite everybody. And again, what's the server?
Bloodsail Buccaneers.
Bloodsail Buccaneers, and again, this is the World of Warcraft Classic Burning Crusade. Because you can still get the full-blown World of Warcraft and...
Right.
Yeah.
And that's up to a zillion expansions, and it'll cost you a lot.
Yeah. But this is only $15 a month.
A paltry sum.
A pittance for people of your quality and good countenance, demeanor. I'm literally pulling words out of a certain aspect of myself.
All right. So, Dave Rush will post the link to not our Discord channel. It is the unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel that we often go to after the AMAs. And Discord, bring your camera, bring your microphone. It's a way for us to hop in and go, hey, you know what we look like. This way we get to see what you look like and sound like too. And it's usually a little saltier, so be warned, than the AMAs. But it's fun. It's run by our friend Jose Braden. So Total Seminars is not actually affiliated with it, nor do we own it, but we play there. So come join us. What else? Let's see shall we see who's here? What are you doing?
I was looking something up. It's fine.
Okay. Andrew, really? 119, Andrew? And Tullowit at 130. Hello, Nigel. Good to see you. Choco Taco. Andrew Hutz.
We know these people.
Absolutely. Uh-oh. Oh, Andrew. Hey, it was your first practice test, and you pulled a 75%.
That's probably pretty good for a first practice test.
Yep.
On anything.
Alan Duggan is here, of course. Andre de Guyert. Jean Dorival. Excellent. Patricia Grace is here. Jason Helms. Book on the way, by the way. Teacher Russell.
Yeah, Jason Helms, we just signed your book like right now. Do you have a mic tied to you?
I do.
Oh, never mind then. Wait, I'm the free one.
You are the free one.
Jason, I was just going to show you the book, but we got it coming at you, man. Scott and I just signed it today. Who else we got here?
Teacher Russell, I mentioned. Eric Sizanauskas.
Wow. There's a K-A-S on the end.
Sizanauskas.
If you're going to Brazilian surnames like this, you have to do it in the original Portuguese.
Andrew Seed is back for another go at it.
You fool.
William Jeske. Okay, what's chocolate in Klingon? That's our first serious question.
What is chocolate in Klingon? Dapal. 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 It's chocolate.
Did you just make that up?
No, I just looked it up. I happened to see that William Jeske had asked that question while you were scrolling, and I was kind of serendipitous. What is chocolate in Klingon? So I can tell where's the chocolate. Nut da yu da paul. And here's always a classic. Lupdu Jaum Libtib Garangme, which is my hovercraft is full of eels. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
No, but my eel would.
I am no longer infected. That's one of my favorite Monty Python skits was the bad Hungarian phrase book.
Yes.
Classic.
Monty Python, man, those guys were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, they were. And we've lost 2 of them now.
Siegfried van der Vee. Van der Vee is here. Excellent.
Yeah, I got to see Siegfried yesterday.
Excellent. So tell me about yesterday. Yesterday was an exciting,
Yeah, we got
different thing.
So I was asking everybody we're finishing up the Security Plus videos. I mean, we're literally out on the final bits, and so we thought we'd do this Q&A, and I thought it might be fun to bring folks in from the AMA.
Okay.
And we got pretty much everybody volunteered.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And I was like, I couldn't get everybody. So basically, if you're a gal, we got you in because we don't have enough ladies as it is. Mm-hmm. So we grabbed all the gals and got them, and then I literally used a virtual dice for everybody else, and I tried to get it down to about. I was looking for 8 people, but I did 9, thinking that one person wasn't going to show up. No, everybody showed up. So, and it went real well, and it's going to make an amazing product. So
that's awesome.
Those of you who were able to help out, thank you. Those of you who volunteered to help but didn't get picked, I apologize. We're going to keep you guys at the top of the stack for the next time we do this, which will happen. I think it's a really fun piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was actually going back and forth on a couple of emails with Andrew from Singapore.
I was going to say Andrew Dice Clay.
Now from Singapore, and he's like,
I know,
I'm happy to do it again.
was
I'm like,
on
I don't know. It might be just a one-off thing. It was kind of spontaneous.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So we will see what happens.
Hey, we do have a new face, IT World KS. Hello from Germany, 204.
Hey, IT World KS.
It's like, we're in Germany, man. Are you München? Or I was in Berlin 2 years ago. That was fun.
That's cool.
But I like southern Germany. Grüß Gott. That's what they say. That's how they greet each other. You know,
Really?
it's great God.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Grüß Gott. Yeah. And lots of good beer. Lots of good beer.
Lots of good beer.
Hold on,
Absolutely.
Dave Rush is. You got to get that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally trying to use my mouse to make your machine move.
Okay, and Dave posted the Discord link at 2:08. If you're looking at your timestamp, Tello had found a Klingon translator.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. There is one.
Oh, I wonder if it's in Google Translate.
I almost guarantee it is.
That would be hilarious. Okay, Frank. Hey, hi again, Mike and Scott. I've been gone for 2 months working on an actual help desk job. Yes.
Working is good.
In part due to you guys. It's brutal. Yeah, help desk is tough. Help desk is tough because nobody calls you to say, hi, I'm having a great day. I hope you are too. They're always calling, crying, and screaming and gnashing their teeth because their computer's down and they're frustrated and sad and angry. So yeah, there you go.
2:08 p.m. Reza Jose, and I haven't seen you for a while. Amiga, how's it go? Amigo. You never. Person.
Reza, I think, is male. But
the moment we assume, right?
I know. Oh, look at that. I got it right. 210. Eric says it's Lithuanian, and the last pronunciation was correct.
No.
But Sis is what they call him, so that's
Sis,
what we'll call
that's
him.
good.
Yeah, it's easier.
So, Eric, just for the record, I'm not Lithuanian. I'm half Latvian.
Really?
I am.
I had no idea. That explains a lot.
Yeah. Let's just say it was the late 30s and my great-grandparents said, we're going to be leaving now. and,
Good call.
And they ended up in Brooklyn.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm half Irish and half Latvian. For you folks in Europe, Americans are very into their cultural heritage. This is a big thing for us. And I understand in Europe it's not that big of a deal. And they tease us, especially people from Ireland. Really, in fact, there are whole YouTube videos on Irish people like, oh, another American trying to find his roots. It's not a bad Irish accent.
And not bad,
Not bad. So anyway, so Americans, we really like talking about this stuff. So I'm half Latvian and then half Irish. And Scott is half Klingon and...
Half Neanderthal, yeah.
No, not you. You're
I'm
a
100% American mutt.
You are, what do you...
My family tree goes like this.
You are lawful good.
I am that.
You are. I have given Scott so many temptations over the years to be naughty with me, and he's always like, no.
Somebody's got to be, man.
We need somebody to write the holy books.
That's right.
Yep. All right, what do we got going here? All right. We just got hardly any questions, so let's just keep bantering away. I guess that's why people are here. Josh Dope.
So,
remember Josh Dope?
I do.
Yeah.
I remember he was here on Monday, too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Andrew, at 211, I seem to be having trouble with digital signatures and digital certificates, what they're used for. So it's pretty broad, but you want to take a bird's eye view of, or a...
Sure. Now, do keep in mind, Andrew, we've got some great videos already here in the Total Seminars channel that cover this. But to make it simple, when you're using asymmetric encryption, you have a public key and a private key, right? And the public key is what you give to everybody. And whoever has your public key, they can encrypt whatever you want to encrypt.
Okay.
They send it to you encrypted, and then you can decrypt it with your private key.
Okay.
The problem we have is that you just start, like you log into a website, and you're like, I want to be encrypted. So the first thing that website's going to do is pass you down their public key. Well, are you sure it's their public key? You're like, well, it came from their site. Yeah, well, there's lots of clever ways to get past that.
Okay.
So the first thing we do is we'll take the web page that you're connecting to, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send you the web page, because you need the web page so it shows up in your browser.
Right.
But what I'm going to do is when I send you my public key, I'm going to send you, I always get this backwards, an encrypted hash. Yes. 92% sure. An encrypted hash of that web page. And you'd say, wait a minute, Mike. How does a web server send an encrypted, because if you need the public key to encrypt and the private key to decrypt, and that's because you really can, in some cases, use the private key to encrypt. And the one place this is done is for these things called digital signatures. So a digital signature is an encrypted hash of whatever you're looking at. If it's an email, it's the email you just got. If it's a web page, it's a web page. If it's an FTP, it's a file, whatever it is. And the digital signature is an encrypted hash of that. So you can go ahead and decrypt with the public key. This is the only time this happens. Normally, you're always only encrypt with the public key and decrypt with the private key. You can decrypt with the public key, run the hash, and if it's the same, the one thing you do know for sure is that whoever possesses the legitimate private key sent the message
sure.
to you.
Okay.
And so that's a digital signature. Now, digital signatures are great because they perform some form of authentication. The problem is that maybe evil Scott Jernigan took over a web page or something, and he may have stolen the private key or the key pair. And now we need to verify that this is good Scott and not evil Scott. So what we do is we get a third party to put their digital signature on this thing. And so it's a public key. It is a digital signature from whoever sent it. And they're going to add a third thing, which is going to be a digital signature of a third party that both of us trust. And collectively, this is what a certificate is. That's all we're talking about here. With digital signatures and certificates, we're just talking about passing public keys, but we want to pass public keys safely and securely because you're going to use that encrypted, it's really a tunnel. It really is a tunnel. And you're going to, through this TLS tunnel, in essence, you're going to start pushing your credit card through there, and we'd like to have that safe.
Secure, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. I hope that helps, Andrew.
But Andrew, there's a wonderful episode on that. You can be just in the Total Seminars channel on YouTube and just do a search for like certificates, and you'll be able to find that. So what I would ask Andrew is watch that and then come back to me with more detailed questions.
And he has another question at 214. Can you explain race conditions and how you deal with them?
So a race condition is any time you can do something to a system to make it run really fast and do bad things. And usually what you're trying to go for is a buffer overflow 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
You're trying to run something so that divide by 0 or something like that. And by generating a race condition like that, what happens is that the application itself blows up. In a good world, the application shuts down and you're left with an exposed command line. That's one thing that can happen.
Okay.
Or you can force that system to reboot, which can be a good thing. Like, for example, you've been attacking a system for a while and it's starting to go, hey, who are you? And you can race condition, and it reboots and kind of okay, I've forgotten everything. Let's start counting from the beginning again.
Nice.
So those would be race conditions.
And Dave posted links, Andrew, to the certificate AMAs at around 2:18. So check out those links. You don't even have to do a search for them. Dave, thank you, provided them for you. We do have Dave Rush in the background, acting as our moderator. He is a senior, the senior instructor for Total Seminars and an all-around great guy. He is, don't get out of line, he'll ban you. But other than that,
Señor Banhammer.
yeah. No, a great
¿Cómo se
guy.
llama
He's-
hammer en español? Hammer. Okay, if anybody
say.
out there speaks Spanish, because I'm too lazy to pull up Google Translate, now I got to do it. What's hammer in Spanish?
Hey Siri, what's hammer in Spanish?
I don't have any. Martillo. Martillo. Hammered is martillado. I have all of the series and all that stuff shut off around here. No great benefit.
Why are we? What?
Why are we? Are you going to get all philosophical?
Why are we?
I think, therefore I am. Descartes.
Indeed.
That's good.
Okay, so Patricia Grace at 2:17.
Well, you missed Choco Taco.
I did.
At 2:13 saying, nice haircut, Mike.
Well, I don't care about that.
I do.
Oh,
Thank you. You didn't even notice that I got a new haircut. I guess you didn't notice the shirt either, did you? Fine. Mr. Gingham shirt. I see a shirt like that and I was like, what was it? 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Do you remember that musical?
yes, I do. So I got this shirt
Or maybe
just
Oklahoma.
for a video shoot to terrorize our video production team.
Because it makes the nicest moire patterns.
I brought another shirt too, but I came in with this shirt on. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for my shoot. And they're just like, just like that. All right, so as I was saying at 2:17, Patricia Grace asks, why are we still talking about SSL since it's deprecated
Wait,
and easy to hack?
hold on a minute. Where is this?
2:17.
Patricia. So we literally had Patricia, when we were doing the video stuff, this was the question she got.
Oh. So maybe she wants a real answer instead of whatever fake one you gave yesterday.
No, I gave a perfectly good answer. And the answer is for backward compatibility. We still run into occasional web servers or web browsers, and we're not talking the big names here. There's a lot of smaller ones out there that,
Okay.
There's over 300 different web browsers and well over 100 different web servers. And a lot of these, for some reason or another, continue to use older protocols. So when you're on a web browser and you go to, whatever it is, robotmonkeybutler.com, and today HTTPS is pretty much required. So you go to, your browser shoots out a request, and it begins the four-way, what's known as we call it the TLS handshake, but it's really the SSL TLS handshake because it works the same way. And one of the first thing that happens is the server sends back, here are all the different kinds of cipher suites, right? So we're going to use RSA for the asymmetric part. We're going to use SHA-256 for hashes, and we're going to use AES for the symmetric part. We should do, one of these days, it's not really on anything. I guess it's on Security Plus a little bit, but watching An SSL/TLS transaction is actually kind of fascinating. I don't know what we're talking about.
I'm making a joke in the background.
Oh, okay.
For my back channel people.
Okay.
Got to keep them entertained,
You
too.
got me all gefoogled. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Okay, good. Backward compatibility, Patricia.
And apparently that was a joke, by the way.
Well, that was a joke. That's me, my amazing sense of humor.
Yeah. So there you go. Wow.
David Zientara at 216. Almost as good as the Austrian who decided to leave Thursday before the Anschluss.
Yep.
It's true.
It is true.
I started it.
Okay, Andrew. Andrew seems to be driving the questions today, which is fine. 224. Or did I skip somebody?
I'm looking with you.
I did skip, so we'll get there, Andrew.
Ahmed
Brandon.
Critchlow, 2.
Where are you?
I'm banging around 2:20 p.m. I just saw some new faces.
Okay.
Rahul Mitra. We saw Rahul before. Bought Mike's Network Plus course. Thank you. My mortgage thanks you. There we go. So 74 new waiver.
Excellent.
And Obi-Wan. We got a couple of, Vatos Locos there who were able to tell us it's Martillo.
Martillo. Okay, excellent.
Martillo, gringo. Say it right. Martillo?
Martillo.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
I speak better Spanish than you do. Oh, Gauntlet.
That's mighty strong talk from a one-eyed fat man. True Grit. John Wayne.
I know. I get those kind of references. I mean, I grew up on Westerns.
Brandon Bauman at 222. I'm just here for my weekly Linux Plus course update. Oh.
I've already forgotten what we're doing on Friday. What Dave is doing. Do you remember? He'll post us again.
He's not going to do anything.
Yes, he is.
He's going to make a...
He's Dave Rush. Oh,
drama.
he's going to do the drama is a... This is cool. He's going to do setting up a Nextcloud server on a Raspberry Pi. So let me backpedal here. Mike does the AMAs on Monday and Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. On Fridays, our senior instructor, Dave Rush, does the AMA from 2 to 4 also on this same channel. And he specializes in using the Raspberry Pi, which is this totally cool little inexpensive Linux-based machine, to enable us to do all kinds of really cool things, like learn all the Linux that we need for A+, Net+, Security+, and so forth, and just do some stuff that's CIC, because it's cool.
Because it's cool.
Yeah.
And the important thing is that it's a great tool for learning a lot of A+, Net+, and Security+ with an inexpensive device,
right,
as opposed to a $1,500 desktop PC. If you can get a $50 device to learn about DHCP or DNS, why not?
Absolutely.
And that's really what Dave's push is.
And it's fun. It's fun. So this Friday, Dave is going to install and configure Nextcloud on a Raspberry Pi, which is essentially setting up your own private Dropbox. So it's accessible from other computers. It works just like Dropbox-ish, I guess. We'll find out on Friday. So I'm looking forward to it. But that's the Friday show. And of course, Dave is also incredibly seasoned PC and network tech and knows a bazillion things about everything. So you can ask him anything too. So that's the Friday Dave Rush Ask Me Anything or drama.
We should call it Ask Dave Anything. Ada. Ada Lovelace?
I know, but then it would be Drada. And it just wouldn't quite be as good as drama.
Drada. Yeah, I'm not going
Yeah.
to go there.
Yeah, okay. Andrew, he got a haircut just for the video so he would look good. And nobody noticed.
I feel pretty.
Teacher Russell, okay. He didn't say he liked it, but I have that same shirt. Bought it in China in 2013. You as well? No, I think I bought it at Macy's.
Actually, Teacher Russell, you better check your closet. I think Scott was over there rummaging around. God, I had something again. I have just nothing but inappropriate, like adult level things that I just,
Good, you're filtering.
I was going to make some joke about other things that Teacher Russell might be missing in his top drawer.
You just couldn't stop, could you?
That's innuendo.
That is. You're absolutely right.
Just because you're Mr. Nasty Mind, you gotta go down in there.
Alice is here.
Well, now we gotta
Ciao.
keep it clean.
What else is happening here?
All
All right, so now we're up to 224. And Andrew Hutz, is MD5 ever still used as a hashing algorithm, or is that just asking for trouble at this point?
So I can tell MD5 is not part of any cipher suite for HTTP. MD5. I guarantee you it's used somewhere, and I just can't think of it.
Okay.
There's nothing in terms of a primarily protocol that it's too easy to create collisions with MD5 now. But I can't. The best place for MD5 is teaching hash.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's
because it's only got like 3 moving parts in
Right.
the whole hash.
okay.
So I'm really going crazy. I've been wanting to do a new way to teach hashing.
Okay.
So one of the big things about a hash is that it's I don't want to get into too much mathematics right now, but it's kind of like a divisor. So like you take 3 divided by 2 and you get 1.5, right? Mm-hmm. So it's that 0.5. Then you take the 0.5 and you divide it again, and you keep dividing it. And that's really the cornerstone of a hash. There's more to it than that, I know, but so there used to be in ancient times, you would take a strip with all these numbers on it, you keep wrapping it around, then a message would magically appear. Mm-hmm. And there's got to be a way to use that as an analogy to teach hashing.
Or you could like cook some hash browns from scratch.
Here's me working hard to be good. All right.
Nigel apparently sent
Scott's very lonely.
Nigel apparently sent you an email. He said it was very important.
Did you just send it? Let me take a look.
Yep, he said he just sent it.
Well, now I can't.
See, Dave Rush noticed your haircut, Andrew, and he was very excited about it. Of course, it was actually, he was making a joke, but that's beside the point. So at 2:28, Azizul Maksud says, "Hi, Mike. I passed Security Plus
Yay!
601.
Yeah.
Now it is equivalent to, now is it equivalent to CYSA Plus?"
No.
No.
CYSA that's the next one, right? It's CYSA plus then CASP?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is not. And in fact, the jump from Security Plus to CYSA Plus is a big jump. CYSA Plus is extremely technical. I don't think I have a CYSA Plus cert. I tried taking it, and I'm pretty sure I failed it twice.
I think you did.
I don't
haven't
bother
even tried.
studying. I don't bother studying. I'm just like, woohoo! Yeah.
I can pass. I'm Mike Meyers. Ha ha!
So I do, Nigel, I don't see your email, but I did get an interesting email less than 30 minutes ago. I'm not going to name any names just in case.
Okay.
So, afternoon, Mike, going through the Network Plus lessons. All I've done this, and A plus are great, by the way. Okay, whatever. Just going through the segment on early Ethernet and wanted to let you know that those components I deal with every day. I'm a bench tech for a company that repairs old systems that connect to medical equipment and serial port connections. The cards for the 10-base-2 and the parallel port connections are all part. What kind of system are you working on? This is a lady. It's a lady's name. And she's working on medical systems that have, let me get this right.
Yeah.
10-base-2, so it has BNCs, serial ports, so it's got RS-232, and parallel ports. Yipe.
Wow.
Yeah. So the problem is you can't really. We always get in trouble when we talk about things that are obsolete. There we go. So I feel like we ought to come up with a new kind of obsolete where it's like, okay, there might be somebody still using it, but we don't talk to them. So I've come up with an idea.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. So I'm going to call it eBay-solete.
I like it.
Right?
Sure.
Because if you can't find it on eBay, well, then it's obsolete. In fact, I'm going to put that to the test right now. So I'm going to go on eBay.
And I'm going to
talk among yourselves. I'm going to go on eBay and see if there's any 10-base-2 equipment there.
So, okay, I'll answer this one since it's a Mac question.
Yeah.
228 Choco Taco asks, what is PRAM? So PRAM is on a Mac. It's non-volatile memory, kind of like CMOS on a PC. It's something you can and should sometimes have to flush. But that's usually this sort of like, I don't know what's wrong. It could be something at a very low level, and we flush the PRAM, although I don't know, I certainly haven't had to do that on a modern Mac, but on my old pre-Wintel Macs, I certainly have done that. Anyway, that's what PRAM is. It's a Mac thing.
Okay, so I found lots of 10 base 2 equipment on eBay.
All right.
So I'm going to try this again.
Okay.
And now I'm going to call it Amazon Solite. Amobsolete. If it's not on Amazon.
Yeah, I know. I got where you were going.
I was working. Ah, shiz. They got them here too. Not much.
The fact that you can buy a 10 base 2 NIC
Here,
directly from Amazon is insane.
Well, I'm sure it's used. It's an HP Jet Direct.
Oh, and they don't have any pricing on it. Maybe you can't buy that.
Oh, no, there's a price on it.
See all buying options.
Where do you see that? Oh, okay. Wow!
Wow! New $500.
For a 10 base 2 Jet Direct card. It's like, well, if you're an idiot enough to still be running 10 base 2 and you've got an HP printer on there, then we're going to give you an idiot tax. Yipe. All right, so 10.
Wow.
Well, this didn't work either. I'm going to come up with something. Some clever term where, yes, I guess technically there's 3 people left on Earth who use it, but we don't like them. But I do like this person.
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them. Embracing the technology of their forefathers.
Yes. You're just making life easy for me today.
I am. I'm setting them up, man. I'm setting them up.
Yeah, I mean, Tolwit would like it, but, you know, you got to be careful.
Oh, man.
Da-da-da.
We are almost caught up, by the way.
Hey, if we got a slow day, we have a slow day. It happens, you know. It's going to happen.
Yep. All right.
I like to push the
Tremolot.
Never mind. Just a silly place.
Monty Python. I got it.
Was there it?
I got it. Okay.
While we're young, Scott.
235. Andrew has another question. What type of organizations would use a cold site versus a warm or a hot site for their contingency planning?
Most of the time when you hear about cold sites is, well, like in the oil field, you'll see cold sites a lot, mainly because a lot of organizations, like here in Texas, because with the hurricanes, a lot of times entire process systems are literally transportable, where you can unplug everything
Right.
and then plug it back in. Now, this is not, the trick is it can't be real time, okay?
Right.
But like, for example, sometimes certain types of trading would be shut down for bad weather. That's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So they'll have a cold site mainly because they just need a place with air conditioning and where they can bring their stuff in, plug it in, and get it up and going.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
usually if you're not too worried about real time, cold sites are always the best way because cold sites are cheap.
Right.
They're very cheap.
Yeah.
Compared to a hot site, yipe. That's like spendy money.
Yep.
But, you know, if you're I don't know, like a pipeline. I'm kidding. There. Go zap your pram.
Oh, yeah.
Pram zapper.
Pram zapper. Dave. Pram is what you push the baby around in. Mark Wheeler asked at 235, is it true that you can't use VirtualBox on the new M1 MacBook Pros?
I would assume that to be the case because all of these hypervisors count on certain hardware specs. I mean, in particular, what is it, VTX virtualization, which is an Intel thing. So yeah. I could see.
I don't know the answer.
What?
I don't know the answer.
But I will speculate on that, Mark Wheeler, is that you could possibly use older versions So, for example, VirtualBox is a great example where all the VirtualBox 5 versions can lean on pure software, whereas the VirtualBox 6 ones require that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Nigel's like, we've learned everything from them. That's why there aren't many questions. Let's just be entertaining.
That's it.
We should sing.
We could. We definitely could sing. Tell it. Or Alex says she hates that song. Whatever we were about to sing. Okay, she posted that 10 minutes ago, but that's beside the point. Before we ever said anything.
We have other songs.
So Azizul asks at 2:39, can I sit for Pen Test Plus or CASP Plus without sitting for CYSA Plus? Yes.
Tricky to do though, man, because Pen Test Plus.
Pen Test Plus you could.
I'm not saying you can't. I mean, first of all, you can take any test anytime you want. So what you're asking better question is, Mike, what's your opinion on doing that? And I would disagree. Well, the problem is Pen Test Plus is a grueling exam. I mean, I find it to be an extremely difficult exam. So to me, it's just a gradient thing. But I mean, you can do anything you want. I just wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. Nigel. This is Nigel. Don't miss it. We are at the end of the questions.
That's all right. Let's see if I can dig up Nigel's.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm not sure. Well, it's definitely not there.
Maybe you send it to Des Webs instead?
Too many inboxes. Oh, is he got using my Proton Mail? Like, nope, not there.
So at 2:41, Andrew Hutz asks, Mike, what's the scariest potential use of cyber warfare that you can think of? You mean that hasn't already been done? I think dropping the entire oil supply for the entire east coast of the United States.
That was not nearly that bad. I'm not.
Doing a cyber attack that attacked Iran's nuclear capabilities and trashed them.
It trashed a bunch of cyclotrons. Mm-hmm. That's all it did. It's not like they detonated some U-238 or anything like that.
Well, that would be a much more impressive cyber attack.
It would be. The mushroom cloud alone.
Yes,
not
indeed.
Saying anything further. Okay. I'm trying to find Nigel's email. Now I'm starting to think maybe he got. Check my junk mail. Oh, it is. It really did.
Oh no, Nigel, you've been junk mailed.
Yeah, I got you here. No, I'm gonna de-junk him first of all.
Yeah.
And then look what his email was.
Really, Nigel?
Nigel, you need to get out there more, buddy.
You're fired.
Yeah, get a hobby.
It was literally, I tricked you. There wasn't anything important. Pranked on live YouTube.
No one finds Nigel's humor as good as he does.
Awesome. Ken Sherman posted, just peeking my head in here. Good to see you. 74 new waiver a few minutes before that. So I bought several of your courses in December. Do they update when Comptia changes the exams?
Yes.
No. Let's make sure we understand what we're talking about here.
Show me the question.
Right here.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay.
Okay, so yes, when a new exam comes out, like we just changed over from Security Plus 501 to 601.
We're in the midst of the changeover.
Right. Comptia has made the change. Made the changeover. You can still take
But
501.
both exams are active. Therefore,
Right.
we offer both exams.
Right. But we produce an entirely new set of course materials and instructional materials for 601. It is unique to 601. So it's not an update. It's literally a new product. So if you're asking, does the stuff that you bought in December automatically update like you've got Windows 10 and you just get a patch? The answer is no, because we actually have an entirely new product that we spent
Yeah, sorry.
a year and a half developing.
You have to give us more money. Give us money.
It's kind of the way it works.
I'm all for capitalism.
But I bought a car last year. There's a new version of it. Can it just upgrade?
Did you ever see, it was a wonderful, it's actually not a funny movie at all. It's called Falling Down.
No.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Anyway, it talks about that kind of a thing.
Okay.
Where are we at?
We are, that was at 2:42. And Ken Sherman was also at 2:42. Andrew Hutt said scariest hypothetical or real. I think Mike's exorcist joke was probably the most scary thing I've heard on here in a while, but not a cyber attack.
What's the scariest potential use of cyber warfare that you can think of? The one that I can't think of is the scariest one. If I think of it, I think the biggest problem we have right now in terms of cyber warfare here in the West is the amount of container ships that come into different ports and using something scary and IP-based to do something scary and dangerous. I don't see where hacking in and of itself is the problem. It's just that where IT helps do something scary is really more of my concern more than anything else. The ones that I know of, I don't fear. Okay. Brandon Bowman, CYSA first before pen test. You will thank me. Yeah, okay, Brandon.
And he agrees with you, so there you go.
So guys, do keep in mind, we don't have to have a full day. I'm not going to say it's our earliest early quit, but it's going to be up there.
It's going to be up there,
All
that's
right.
for sure. Okay, so Ken Sherman at 2:43 asked a pretty serious question. Oop, let me not touch my microphone, right? Because that would be bad. What are your thoughts on blockchain or Bitcoin versus darknet or deep web? And he points out that darknet and deep web are not the same thing.
I always forget what deep web is versus darknet.
Okay. And that's an interesting comparison to make. Maybe,
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I'd forgotten. I should have known this. Deep web is non-indexed websites,
right.
whereas I want to use the proper terminology here. Where do you go? Okay, so deep web are regular websites, .com, right, stuff like that.
Right.
That if you know the fully qualified domain name, you can get to them.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're just not on the Google index.
They're not indexed.
Okay.
But where's the other term? I lost it. So darknet is like, it's the internet, but it uses its own DNS. Like for example, the Tor network uses the .onion and stuff like that. So those are I agree, they're different animals. What are your thoughts on blockchain or Bitcoin versus darknet or deep web?
Yeah, that one's not making...
No, let me chew on it a little.
Okay.
No, it makes sense to me.
Okay.
So Ken, I'm going to change your question a little bit and hoping that I'm answering what you really want to know here. What are your thoughts on the decoupling of finance from central banks into, Bitcoin or that
Right.
type of thing, and
Decentralized,
its impact on, darknet and deep web would be treated very differently here. So and Ken, I apologize if I'm mauling your question, but it makes it easier for me. I'm a libertarian. I like people having freedom to do things. And part of freedom means allowing people to do things that you don't like. So as long as no one's being hurt, right? I don't panic too much if your government isn't getting its cut. You know what I mean? Now, what we're talking about is a philosophy, not an action.
Understood.
Okay? Understand the difference. I'm perfectly happy to pay my taxes because if I don't pay my taxes, people with guns are going to kick in my front door and I'll be drug off to jail. Right? So
Okay, so it's just the stick. That's the only reason no politics. Go ahead. This is me being polite and not talking about politics.
you should live in Sweden. You
I
like paying
should.
taxes.
I should.
Oh, God. All right. I like the decentralization of finance and the non-trackability. I don't want people doing evil things, Evil things would be, selling meth online. That would be a bad thing, okay? But other stuff, and I don't care whether it's darknet or deep web. In this particular case, whether you're going to an onion network or whether you're going to just a non-indexed website. First off, a non-indexed website isn't going to be, doing anything even questionably illegal because they'll get crushed these days. But even the onion, the Tor networks are pretty aggressively monitored these days too. I think it's just a matter of time where people, like here in the United States, I think the Federal Reserve is a joke and should have been dismantled 150 years ago. And tools like blockchain e-currencies will allow that to happen. We just have to dump the volatility. We can't have the level of volatility.
The volatility is pretty insane.
And the thing is, volatility will disappear pretty quick. It's already starting to disappear. As more and more people get into it, it becomes harder to make big changes. And I think it's the natural course of things, and I look forward to it happening. What I do think we need to do is make sure that we have good controls on these types of currencies to make sure that nobody can manipulate them unfairly.
Okay.
Which we probably can now. I mean, that's the whole nature of a blockchain, right? Because it's public for anybody to do it. In fact, not only is it public, but we will pay you for you to run and check them, right? I mean, that's the whole work behind cryptocurrency. So I can't imagine. There's probably some way.
And you know why I absolutely hate cryptocurrency?
Because you didn't buy it all at 3 cents each?
No. Missed opportunities. Those are things that happen in a lifetime. I really don't like Bitcoin and other digital currency miners because I want to upgrade my video card.
Which is hilarious because anybody who's even halfway serious about mining isn't going to be using RTX cards. They're not. They're going to be using
dedicated
ASICs.
Yeah. And that's what makes me crazy because it's the amateurs who are trying to break in and not spending the $10,000 or whatever to be able to mine properly. Instead, they're buying up all of the good video cards, and I can't upgrade. One of our editors literally dropped over $2,000 on a video card.
Now, it was a 3090, which is about as good as it gets. It is as good as it gets.
It's as good as it gets
on the 3000 series, and I think the MSRP on that's like 1,300 anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, it's very high.
So the markup isn't quite as obnoxious as paying $1,400 for a 3070, which I'm seeing people do.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, there's been a couple of times I was looking at it myself. Because I once won.
I know. I'm only running a 1080. Aw, poor me, right?
DC at 246. Is there a saying or rhyme to remember the color order of cat cable wiring? Yes. You ready? Imagine 8 wires, okay? So on one end, I got to do this carefully.
Okay.
On one end is the browns, and in the middle are the blues.
Okay.
Okay? So blues are always in the middle, browns are always on the right. Okay?
Okay.
And from there, it's stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. So TIA 568A, the only 2 colors left are green and orange, right? 568A means alphabetical. Green, then split the oranges. TIA 568B is orange, then green. So you do oranges, and then you split the greens.
Okay.
And it's stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. So you got to be careful. So let's do 568 orange and green.
B.
Let's do 568B. So it's orange and green. So it's going to be orange stripe, orange. Okay, that's 1, 2. Now 3 is going to be blue. So it's going to be blue stripe. And now we're in the middle. So that's going to be green, green stripe. So those are actually backwards. Because you're always thinking it's stripe, solid, but it's stripe, solid is the 8 across. But in some places, it's not going to be exactly that way. So it is going to be that way, but help me with my words.
Yeah.
Stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. Blue's always in the middle. Brown's always on the right. And this is going from 1 to 8, okay? And then if it's TIA 568A, it's green, then split the orange. If it's TIA 568B, it's orange, then split the greens. Whew. There, that's how I remember it. Or you could just spend decades of your life. And now you're checking me, you're testing me. There you go, look. Stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. See?
Yeah, I see.
What are you on?
It's just some random networkurge.com. It kind of sounds a little obscene, but
Yeah, look at that a little bit more closely. Why is that particular website of interest to you? Scroll up, please. Okay, that one isn't, but go down. I'll bet a nickel if you compare that graphic to the RJ45 picture we have in the Network Plus book, you're going to notice something. I think once again, I've been copied. Cleverly copied, but at least this person isn't, literally photocopying what I did.
Well, there you go. It's all good.
Hold on, we got it's from Tolowit. 246 Tolowit. USB Type-C cable and connector specification. It's boosting power. Really?
Wow.
Type-C revision 2.1 at 240 watts? 240 watts? The cable's going to be like this. It's going to be like a 10-gauge Romex. There, that's USB-C cable right there. You think that can do 240 watts? Well, watts don't mean amps, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so 240 watts, and here in the US, that would be 120 volts. Dang it, volts times amps equals watts. Hold on. Volts times amps equals watts. So if it's 240 watts.
It's 2 amps.
No. Volt times amps equals watts. So amps is going to equal watts over volts. It's 2 amps. Thank you, Scott. All right, so yeah, I think smaller cables can handle 2 amps. Yeah, just lightened up there, buddy. Are you writing down the date and time?
I already did, yeah.
Yeah, how many objectives are in the Security Plus?
5.
Mr. Co-author. We found a huge, simple typo. Well, let me rephrase
huge.
it.
It's just a typo.
Yeah.
There were 6 objectives in 501, and there are only 5 in 601, and I forgot to change the 6 to the 5 in the introduction.
And what part of the book do people read first?
The introduction.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm human. Look.
Yeah, but
Ouch.
How many editors do we have?
A whole bunch.
Why does McGraw-Hill get the lion's share of the revenues? Now I'm crabby.
That's a
now
bad
I'm
road
straight
to go
up crabby.
down. That's a bad road to go
That's why
down.
all of a sudden the power's going to go down. Somebody at McGraw-Hill's like, I don't think we like that. Here, hit the smite button there, Leroy.
Smite. Yeah, okay. Global thermonuclear war from war games, Dave. I agree. That would probably be the worst possible outcome of a cyber attack. Want to play a game?
I was on this dating site called OkCupid, where you have to answer a bunch of questions. And one of the questions that this OkCupid site, I'm single, but this OkCupid site said was, in a way, would you find nuclear war exciting? And I said yes.
Oh no.
Well, may you live in interesting times, right?
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if you ever get on OkCupid and you see that question,
Don't say
and you
yes.
ever want to get a date with like anybody, do not say yes. Yeah, did not
He's
work.
a madman.
Did not go over well at all.
Nah, I can imagine. All right.
Raul
so-
wants to know, what is my favorite food dish? So I've got a particular food dish. It's a ceramic. Raul, I'm teasing you because of your English. You're asking me what's my favorite thing to eat? Gosh. So this is one of these crazy questions because it's like, really what you're asking is, if you only could have one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? And of course, my answer would be pizza. Rumpf?
Yeah. I can't eat pizza, but
Scott's going to have air.
I'm a breatharian.
Breatharian, that's it.
I take my sustenance from the air that is around me and fills my lungs. I'd probably go with fajitas.
Fajitas are good. You can't eat fajitas.
I can with
You can't eat
corn tortillas.
corn tortillas, that's it. Lots of cheese.
Tons. As long as I source it.
My mushroom risotto with a leg of lamb. and something green next to it. Asparagus in a white cream sauce. Because I can cook that. That's my signature dish. If you want me to try to impress you, that's the direction we're going to go. Rockco at 247. What's the strongest denial of service program you've ever seen? I don't remember the name of it. What was that one that nailed Denmark about 7-8 years ago? It was Russian based. It had at least 250,000 zombies on it.
Wow.
I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember anything. But to me, it's always going to be when you say strongest, it's going to be the most of. Daniel Carrillo, would you take Bitcoin or Dogecoin as a contribution? I'd take Bitcoin. Where's Dogecoin right now? Did you track that thing?
Look, it's up. Oh no, it's down. Wait, no, it's up. What's down?
It's mainly again going. It had a nice up, but now it's a. Yeah, I would take a contribution. So Daniel, feel free to send me that Bitcoin number, and I'll be glad to take that off your hands.
248, Jason Helms. I think my neighbor is using my Ethernet. I unplugged my router and I heard screaming.
So
it's always fun.
Well, there's a lot of fun things you can do on your own system. Like one of the things I like to do, on most wireless routers today, you can set up more than one SSID, okay? And so it can be a guest network or things like that. And this is another place where you can use that Raspberry Pi. You can do a redirector so people can connect into that wireless network. And I can't remember the name of the program, but it's hilarious because they can go to any website they want, but it shows up backwards.
Nice.
It's pretty funny. I can't remember the name of the program. But anyway, so on something like that where you could set them up on a separate SSID, which then is going to give them a different default gateway. You set it up for the default gateway, and then...
Okay, Dave said we were totally wrong with our math.
Well, now wait a minute. The connector is rated at 240 watts, 5 volts at 8 amps.
48 amps.
Volts times amps equals watts. What's 5 times 48? What's 5 times 50 is 2, okay.
Yeah, it's 240.
Well, I don't know why we're doing wrong. Fix your math. You're the one with the STEM degree.
Hey, yeah, it's called medieval science history. Or wait, no. Oh. Oh yeah, no, it is STEM. My first degree, so it's definitely STEM. Political science.
Yeah, any degree that on your diploma it says forsooth is pretty much a clue.
The non-STEM. I live the non-STEM life, shall we say.
What was the old joke? It's like what am I going to do with this sociology degree? Well, you're going to make photocopies for people with STEM degrees. It's actually ruder than that. I gave you the nice version.
You gave me the edited version. I appreciate that because he's keeping it PG for you guys.
You are so edited. I'll bet when you go home, you curse a lot and,
I say,
shut the darns.
Drat.
And then you go like this, hey, mister.
That's rubbish.
Oh, my God, Scott.
So Tellowit at 248 posts in Mac News today that they found a flaw in the design of the Apple Silicon M1 chip that allows any two applications running under an OS to covertly exchange data between them without using memory, sockets, files, or any other normal operating system features.
Well, that's not too terribly surprising. Anytime we get a substantially new architecture like that, it doesn't end my life. So hopefully they'll have it fixed on a timely basis.
Yes, hopefully they will. And they're Apple. They're good, obviously, just by definition. Okay. People have gotten to the food questions. And I super scrolled. So there you go. I'm literally trying to find out where I was.
Teacher
Okay.
Russell, I'm ignoring you.
At
250.
250? Yes, we're ignoring that one. Okay.
What was that?
That was me making a funny noise.
That was Scott.
252.
That's Scott walking on a hot sidewalk in July in Texas in his bare feet. Hoo-ha, 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 hoo-ha,
Hoo-ha.
hoo-ha.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ken at 251 says, thank you for tackling this question. You're welcome. Well, because you missed
What question?
the one on Bitcoin and versus dark web, and
Huh.
because he said that he asked it on another forum and was censored. They refused to answer it, which is interesting. It's like I don't know. People are afraid of talking about the dark web, is what I would guess. I mean, certainly not.
Well, who finds? Yeah, if suddenly the Total Seminars channel disappears tomorrow because we irritated Uncle Sugar, I mean YouTube, then
Then we'll know.
then you'll know.
Somehow, I don't think that's going to happen, but you know. Tell it. Why does hitting Alt F4 slow down my PC instantly?
That's a joke. Alt F4.
I know.
Do it on your PC. Go ahead. No, don't do that. It's going to close. Alt F4 is close the window. Close active window. You know this.
I know this.
Okay.
Of course, it was a joke. Tell it.
Azul Maksud. I would like to try to pronounce names properly. And if
I wasn't laughing. I
if
wasn't
I have
laughing
to
at that. I
take-
was laughing at Telowit's follow-up. I would feel really bad if Mike or Scott actually do it. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Azazul Maksud. Mike, one very important inquiry. I don't have money for buying Mac, big laptop. Can I buy a Mac Mini? Absolutely. Is Mac Mini enough for me as a new user? Absolutely. Yeah, especially the M1s, despite this new little flaw we found, you absolutely can, sure. The other thing I need to stress to you, Azazul, is that you don't really have to study that hard on Apple products to pass the A+, if that's the other question you're actually asking. You do not need to invest in these level of products just to pass something. But I want a Mac Mini.
I almost bought one for you on Monday.
Nobody buys me
I was there
anything.
looking at it going, it's right there at Costco. I should have just bought it. But it was only an 8 gig machine. And
But this is the other thing about these M1s are supposed to need tiny amounts of memory. Didn't we see the thing where somebody was running an entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite, active, every application active all at the same time on a Mac Mini with 8 gigs of RAM?
I'm not saying it's not
That just
a
sounded
fantastic machine,
terrifying.
but I always try to go for the most I can get.
Andre de Goyert, spare ribs. Nigel KFC. Tolwit, liver and fava beans with a nice Chianti. Alan Duggan, quarter pounders. Jason Elm, talking about my OkCupid dating faux pas. Yeah,
Yeah, that was bad. Teacher Russell's funny. Andre, okay, here we go. Mashed potato with endive, some cheese and bacon stirred through it.
now I'm just hungry.
Yeah, right?
Andre's like, is this an IT channel or a cooking channel? Hey guys, we're just hanging on. It's 3:09 and
Have you seen Mike's A+ videos? Or Net Plus videos, right?
A+.
Net Plus was in the kitchen.
A+.
A+ was in the kitchen?
Well, I think there was some Net Plus in the kitchen too.
And you did subnetting in the kitchen.
Did I?
Yeah.
I remember doing explaining CHS values using frozen pizzas.
Yeah. So the kitchen set is a very viable thing. So, and why I was looking at the light switch next to the camera when I was saying that, I don't know, but there you have it.
So 303 John F wants me to do reaction videos.
Reaction videos.
You what? people like, you get to watch somebody else watching a video to see what their reaction is.
I've seen a couple of them. Yeah.
Or
Actually,
you hear me in British comedy, a third of the time it's like, hey, let's rewind that because I cannot make out whatever these British people are saying.
I tend to put on subtitles, to be honest.
I'm not sure that would help in a lot of times.
That's true.
John F. says he'd watch it. We'll see, John F. Jean D. Hey, Mike, what do you look for when you're looking for a motherboard? That's actually a good question, Jean. So let's talk about buying a system. Most of the time when I'm buying a system, one of the first things I'm thinking about is what are the current CPUs that are smoking right now. So I would probably move towards a Ryzen 7 just because they're pretty popular right now. They have a low price point, great performance.
Right.
So now that I know what CPU I want, I'm going to know what type of socket that is. So I'm going to start looking for whoever's selling a motherboard. Now, obviously, if I usually go for full-size ATXs because they're desktops. But I mean, if I've got a specialized situation where I need a ITX or something like that, I can go for those. Those are pretty popular these days. So form factor is a small part, but usually I'm going to go full-size ATX 9 times out of 10, primarily because if I'm looking at this kind of power, I'm usually looking at a full-size GPU card, and I'm going to need the space to drop it in. I tend to look towards brand names. I'm a big fan of Asus. I like brand names not because I'm against some of the more generic ones, I just don't know them. And motherboards are one of the hardest things to diagnose when they're having trouble. So I tend to stick with Gigabyte, Asus. Who else am I thinking of? A-Open isn't bad. There's others, but I just can't quickly think of them. So once I look at that, then I'm going to be looking at the chipset because I want to make sure I have a chipset that does what I want to do. In particular, this becomes really important, like how many USB 3.1 connections can I have? And that's a chipset question that's going to that you need answer on that. I guess I do look at RGB. I like the pretty lights. I'm not going to lie. The other thing I'm going to be looking for is the number of RAM slots. A lot of times the chipset specifies more RAM slots than the motherboard makers decide to do. If I'm looking at full-size ATX, I'm probably going to be going with a classic 4-slot board, but there are situations where I need a little bit more firepower than that, and there are plenty of 8-slot boards out there, and it's usually going to be that workstation level chipset that will still work with, and I can't think of the name of a Ryzen 1 to save my life. So I'll be looking at that. Then the next thing I'm going to be looking at are certain features on the motherboard itself. Like one thing I absolutely love is postcodes on the motherboard, and I'll pay extra to have a postcode on the motherboard. Number one, it's getting harder and harder to find postcards. And number two, if it has a postcode on the motherboard, 99% of the time, the motherboard book will actually have settings for a lot of the postcode that actually guaranteed to mean something. So for me, there's two things I'm looking for in a postcode. Number one, if I've got bad RAM, I want something to say it on the postcode. That's a big one. So it's usually like a C2 or C3, something like that. The second thing I want to be able to see with a postcard is that if I'm past post, I want to know that I'm past post and that there's something else to look at in the diagnostic. So I want something that's going to give me a double F or a 00 or something like that. Those are the two biggies. Past that, I can usually figure it out via beep codes. That's the big one. RAM it's still easy to mess up RAM. You're not going to break RAM, but what you're going to do is you're going to not install RAM properly. We all get spoiled these days. So many motherboards are forgiving about where you snap things in, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that doesn't mean they're working at the optimal way. And a lot of times a good post will answer that for me. What else would I look for? I want to make sure I have good support for front panels. So beyond simply just saying I want USB, I want to make sure that I have sufficient dongle connections that whatever case I buy, I'm going to be able to support whatever I'm plugging in.
Right, and I think next time you should make sure they're reinforced.
Scott's teasing me. It had the super high density USB motherboard connection, and I snapped that thing in there, and I put it in backwards. And if you push hard enough, you can get past all the shims. You really can. Those chamfers don't hold a chance against you when you push really hard. And I snapped it, and it was a mess.
Brand new motherboard.
Brand new motherboard. The funny part is I fixed it. I fixed it.
You fixed it?
So the plastic outside part of the connector just bing, right? But I was able very carefully, turned it 180 degrees. I've just got bare wires flapping in the breeze, right? And I get it in there, and it still works to this day. It's on this system right here. Don't bump it.
Don't bump the system.
Yeah.
So Andrew is starting a new game of Civ 6 and asked specifically, this is way back at 304, who should I play as? That's a good question. I guess it depends on the kind of game you want to play. I tend to like the Russians because you get lots of tiles to begin with.
Go ahead. I'll be over here playing Russian roulette.
I like the Koreans.
God,
What?
Why do you feed Scott Jernigan Civ questions?
It's like a great game.
Oh my God, is it a bad game?
Come on. It's
You're just. I've
been playing since Civ 1.
I know. and I've bought like 4 versions. I've had Civ 4, Civ 5. I think.
Yeah, because I keep
and I keep
convincing
trying
you
to play
them.
it, and it's like, I don't know, it's turn-based strategy. No. Because you watch your cities being crushed. It's like, no, I want to move stuff real time. No. So, Jean, those are the answers. What I'm looking for, a motherboard, and then pass that a little bit.
Okay. Oh, did I super scroll? Tello, it almost got me. Yeah, you did.
MSI. Thank you, Andre. MSI is a good brand, too. Just ignore Tolowit. Just ignore him.
No, it's funny. Thank you, Patricia. Today is the last day of the current Udemy sale. Don't tell our marketing people or our salespeople, but you can sometimes get our courses on Udemy for a song on sale day. So if you're in the mood for getting the next round of courses and want to save a few pennies, even if you buy them before you're finished with the current certification, because you know you're going to do it next, they don't go away. So anyway.
I like it.
So what are we doing?
You're looking at 3:17 p.m. Josh Dope. Do you have any advice for someone thinking of moving from the UK to Texas in the future? Sure. Remember, Texas is a pretty conservative, libertarian state. And, a lot of people who come from more socialist places sometimes get a little bit of a wake-up call. But the nice part about in Texas is, there are folks like Scott, and there's folks like me, and you can just pick your right society, and you can shoot paper targets, or what do you socialists do for fun again? I don't know.
We play Civilization.
Or you hold candles or something. But honestly, the other big thing, if you're coming from the UK to Texas, bring one jacket. That'll be plenty.
Yeah, unless you're going up to North Texas.
Like way up North Texas, like Amarillo.
Yeah.
Especially if you're down in the southern part of Texas, you'll need one hat and one good jacket, and everything else is going to be Hawaiian shirts and shorts and Birkenstocks.
Pretty much.
Camouflage, of course. Mossy oak.
Lots of funny people here.
They are.
Okay.
All right, guys. So it looks like we got a slower day today. That's no big deal. We're at 3:20. Folks, this is your last chance to throw in some questions. Do keep in mind, the goal of this live stream is to provide people the opportunity to ask questions. If you're not sure what the question is that you want to ask, do keep in mind that you can just send me an email to michaelm@totalsim.com. I'm always glad to answer those questions for you there as well, unless you're Nigel, who's just being silly. And go go ahead and just send me an email, and I'm always glad to help in that particular area as well. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Do keep in mind, Dave Rush this Friday is going to be doing your own cloud. Nextcloud he's going to be using.
Nextcloud, yeah.
Nextcloud. I actually had to look that product up while
I was talking about it?
Yep. And also do keep in mind is we have our Discord channel. I'm going to be on there in about 25 minutes. So I'll be on at about 3:45 local time, which is about 25 minutes from now. 25, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And maybe a little bit earlier than that. Remember, the goal of the Discord channel, keep in mind, we don't own the Discord channel at all. I have no control what's said on there. It's the unofficial Mike Meyers channel. So
It's the unofficial Total Seminars channel,
yeah,
which is slightly different.
slightly different. Andre, Texas Desk Code, hat, jeans, cowboy. You know, people, Andre, because Scott and I are fabulous suburbanites, you don't see too many cowboy hats. I own a cowboy hat, and
I don't.
When I live outside, when I go outside of Houston, I'll wear a cowboy hat.
I only wear it when I teach on the East Coast. Walk in my boots and cowboy hat, and people are like, "Oh, I think I know where he's from." And I say, and you can tell by my deep Southern drawl.
I just say, "I'll tell you what," and they go, "What?" And I go, "I just did." Hold on, Terrence Stevens. Is there lab exercises for the Network Plus? Yes, and we sell them. So we do have lab manuals for Network Plus, but Terrence, it's an extra product. Go to www.total7.com and you can find them there. And Rahul Mitro was heading to join Discord, but I'm getting invalid invite on the link. Rahul, Dave Rush, can you throw the link up one more time?
Yeah, he did. With the.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try that Discord link myself then. Let's see what happens. Oh, look what I get.
And you just click continue to Discord. It always says that. Yeah, just click continue to Discord. It always says, I don't know why it says invalid link, but that's.
Yeah, so it did say invalid link for me as well, but I just said continue, and I'm okay. I'm going to have to get me some DePaul chocolate.
Oh.
Stay hip, baby.
Yeah, because I got to get my Klingon going.
Get your Klingon.
And Google removed Klingon from Google Translate.
What is wrong with those?
I don't know.
All right, any more questions sneak in, Scoot?
Kimberly, 1982. Grant says, hey.
Hey.
You came right at the end.
Always good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Better late than never. You know what, Scott? Let's do one quick competition.
Okay, I thought you'd never say that, Mike.
Go ahead and cue
All
him up, buddy.
Okay, so let's do a competition. This is for practice exam, 90-day access to practice exams of your choice. Usually, of course, that's if you're studying A+, you want A+. If you are studying Net Plus, you want Net Plus. But anyway, we have everything from IT Fundamentals Plus all the way up through AWS. So your choice of 90 days access to practice exams. That's what you're playing for. So a couple of rules. First, our contests are not fair. We try, but there are so many variables that we just can't guarantee that they're going to be fair. Number two, Mike is going to put up a multiple choice question on the screen. Don't answer A, B, C, or D. Actually type in the answer. So this is a test of your typing skill and speed, as well as your technical acumen. How's that?
Good.
I
I always like it when you say acumen like that.
Acumen, that's right. And third, the person who gets the correct answer on my feed first wins. That's not going to be the same as on your feed, because it's going to go through a whole bunch of routers, and depending on where you are in the world, it may or may not be instantaneous and probably won't be. So it varies. So that's it. If you want to play, but you don't want to win because you've already won, or you just don't feel like getting free stuff for some reason, just type in the answer and type pass. And if you are a winner and you type pass, then you get the kudos of knowing your stuff. So That's the game.
Here we go, guys. You
Let's
ready?
do it.
So I picked a Network Plus question this time. So here we go, guys. So remember, do not type in A, B, C, or D. I actually need you to type the answer. Here we go. A small bookstore and a handcrafted jewelry company share the same building. To save costs on infrastructure, they want to use a single advanced switch, but still retain, oh, this is too easy. What feature would accomplish that goal? Figure it out, people. Okay. We got 1 million people. All right. Andrew Hutt's passed.
Yeah.
Right here. Teacher Russell, did you pass?
I don't think so.
I think Teacher Russell wants it.
I think Teacher Russell won.
Tolowit, wait a minute. Taylor Oaks. Why do you say, where does this come from, Tolowit?
Tolowit's crazy brain.
He's crazy brain.
Teacher Russell passed. Okay.
Teacher Russell passed. Who's next?
All right.
then?
So in order so far, we have Andrew Hutz,
Who passed?
who was first. Teacher Russell, who was second.
Who passed?
Choco Taco, who was third.
Passed.
Patricia Grace.
Did Patricia Grace is fourth.
She says she doesn't ever give up free stuff.
Fine. Well, there we go then. Ta-da! Then the winner is Patricia Grace. Patricia Grace, congratulations. You are the winner. In order to get your prize, you need to send an email to Kathy Yale. That's Kathy with a K, Kathyy, at TotalSem.com. So just send an email to KathyY at TotalSem.com. Now, Patricia, you have to use your YouTube name. Whatever name you're using here in the chat window, it has to be there. Because if it's not there, then you won't get it. And Kathy's only going to send the prize to only one Patricia Grace, so be sure to put that in there. Also, tell Kathy which practice exam you wish to have. So you can choose A+, Net+. Actually, you can choose almost anything they want.
Yeah.
CYSA, AWS, we have lots of them. I always say A+, Net+, and Security+, because those are the ones that we tend to concentrate on, but you can actually do it with anything you want. So that option is there for you. So congratulations.
Kathy is on vacation this week.
Oh, that's right.
So don't expect an immediate response, although she does tend to respond to emails even usually while she's driving, actually. But, I don't judge. What are you doing?
I'm answering an email.
Oh, while you're driving?
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for a great day. Be sure to come back on Friday for Dave Rush AMA drama. I will be back on Monday. And Andrew Hutz. Wait, AWS, really? We do have. Don't we have AWS?
We do.
Yeah, we have AWS. Just ignore him.
I can't ignore him.
You have to.
I find him brilliantly funny.
But anyway, guys, do keep in mind we'll be on the Discord channel here in a wee bit. If there's anybody who can do